Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. You are listening to the Bussification of Life, and we're about to get into it. Get ready to take your socks, take your shoes off. Today, we taking our bra off because we getting into it. We are getting into it. We done knocked the sweat off the first episode. We done got the loosey gooses to chill out. Now it's time to talk. So, I'm gonna start off with the little life update. I tried Quest Notes today. I didn't like it. It really wasn't what I needed to be, and it's not what I thought it was gonna be. So my mom hit me up. She was like, "Hey, you want Quest Notes?" I was like, "I don't really know what that is, and I've never had it before." And she was like, "No, it's good. It's good. Just trust me, try it." So I trusted her. I ordered the porterhouse. It was like a steak porterhouse. Had a steak sauce or the house sauce. Had provolone and cheddar cheese. And you know what? I got into it. I bit it. I didn't like it. That sauce is a journey. I'm gonna be very honest. It's a journey I wasn't expecting to go on. It's like barbecue sauce. It starts off tasting like barbecue sauce. You're like, okay, I can see how this is a house sauce. Towards the end, when we get into the aftertaste, it gets into like a seasoned, spicy type beat, and I don't like that journey. It ends so abruptly, and then by the time we get into the aftertaste, it I don't know. I'm just through. I'm just through. The texture's already done hit me. Now I'm going through the struggle of the sauce. It just was not a good time. So I did have that today. Luckily, we had other options. My mom usually gets 2 to 3 types of food when she goes out, so that's nice. Had Onos for the rest of it. Some barbecue chicken. Actually, no, it was Hawaiian barbecue chicken, not like chicken with barbecue. I don't know if you've ever had Onos. I don't know what the equivalent would be, but it's like Hawaiian barbecue chicken. It's like they put it directly on the grill, do whatever they need to do, the ones and twos, and they give it to you. So that was pretty good. This has been a good week for me, honestly. Yeah, another week in the boot camp, getting stressed out, getting dragged across the floor. But it was a successful week. It was a successful week. Any week that I make it through at this point is a dub. So I made it through the week. So that was nice. But life can't be happy go lucky cheery. So I'm here to complain. I'm here to complain. I have some complaints to make. So, the first complaint I have is please stop having egos and being delusional. Please. I feel like that has been one of my pet peeves I just discovered is that a lot of people have egos when they should not have egos. They have egos when they don't have what is it? The shit to back it up. I'm trying to think of the technical terms. They don't have the repertoire, they don't have the resume. A lot of people have egos with no resume. They have no room. It just seems off. It seems out of place. It's just annoying. Like, it's just annoying to be popping shit knowing that you are like either A, no better, B, you have no room, C, like it's just weird coming from you. You know what? Just stop doing that. And I feel like it comes from a place of delusion. Because there needs to be some sort or form of delusion in which for that to like really, really set in your spirit like that. For you to be like, for you to say it with your whole chest. It's a sort of sense of delusion. I don't do delusion. I live in a very excessive part of reality where it really is just me living life raw dogging it. So I try not to be delusional. Like, not saying I don't have confidence, and sometimes I don't be having the ego, but it really is a lot seeing that in front of my face, especially when they don't have the room, the rhyme, the reason. They're short $1. They don't even have a wallet. They left it at home. Like, no. So that was one of my things, and it's based on a true experience I've had. But maybe that's a story for a different day. I don't want to make the block hot for me because I don't like I don't like having to address things. So at least not in that sense. I don't like making it hot for me like that. So we're gonna move on with that one. Just stop having egos. It's not cute. It's not fun. It doesn't make you look better. It doesn't make you seem high. It doesn't make you look better to people. It just stop. It makes you look crazy, makes you look weird. And if I address you about being weird, don't then address me about, oh, that's you're being weird. No, girl, you're being weird. Let's not do that. So, anyways, I have my back to life. I have my jug of water today because I always do this. I didn't realize when I like talk or like record something, specifically recording something, because I don't have this problem with streaming. But when I record something, my mouth gets really dry. It gets extraordinarily dry. All the phlegm that I have in my chest just suddenly starts coming up. Like, every problem that I could have, it starts coming, it starts happening. So I actually have my hydro flask, which looks like one of those. What are those ones that have been really popular? I want to call them Tupperwares, but I know that's so farly incorrect. It's like a hydro flask. It's like tiny at the bottom and it's big at the top and it has a handle and everyone's been into it. It has like one of those bendy straws on top. If you think about it, please let me know. But I have one of those with the hydro flask version because I heard that there's lead in the bottom of those. Like if the bottom piece comes out, apparently there's lead in that. So I got this from a dear friend, and she got me a hydro flask because she was like, "Oh no, I don't want you to get lead poisoning." I was like, "Okay, cool, work." But I only think it's like happens in a very specific circumstance, like if it falls off, because they're like, "Please throw it away if it does." Which I feel like that's why they had that little cover at the bottom to try to keep it from falling off. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Well, actually, crazy enough, I am a scientist. That's wild. I am not. Wow, that's crazy. I have a degree in biology. I really ate that for no reason. But, neither here nor there. I was just explaining that I have a sippy cup, a straw cup, a cup that I won't have to unscrew because last time I was struggling. I was struggling unscrewing that top, drinking the water, swallowing it fast. Like it was just a lot for me. I was like running at my desk. So that's nice to now have this. You will hear me take an occasional sip, pay it. Don't let this ruin your immersion. I am still the girl behind the desk just talking to y'all. This is still a podcast. So just don't mind my dry mouth. So the next topic we have today, it's a topic I feel very enthusiastic about. I feel extremely oh girl, it rubs me the wrong way. And it's something so simple. You wouldn't think it was actually like a thing, but it really has been put in front of my face kind of a lot, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it a lot. So there's this guy that I follow on social media. I followed him for a while, right? And his username used to be his name. It's changed a couple times. It was Daddy Lover at one point. I'm like, all right, cool. Like that's great, right? That's perfectly fine. But he took like a rebrand change and stuff like that. So he changed all of his stuff. He deleted some pages, yada yada yada. Cute, fine. I love a rebrand. I love it. But you want to know I don't love? I don't love a rebrand where you're like it's in your username that you're trade. I really don't like that, especially when you're not trade. And it's so I feel like a lot of people have been misusing this nowadays. They misuse like the word trade as just like a put in word, like a little standpoint, like, oh, the trade, the trade, the trade. When it's not actually trade, it's not trade. So I looked up the definition. Even though I know the definition, I wanted to just look it up just to be sure that I wasn't bugging. But the trade it was a very early term. A trade is a young hyper, let's get into it. I'm sorry, y'all not hearing me. Hyper masculine man that happens to be gay or happens to be DL, that happens to be with the girls, right? But that's the trade. That's a trade. The emphasis on is a young, hyper masculine, that gay man or bi-curious man, somebody that's on the low, whatever. Usually was made for DL people back in the day. But we have now kind of rebranded it. It's still kind of like a hyper masculine look at like feeling man. Now they typically dress it. Well, they also did that back in the day, but I looked it up and it was like, oh, typically dress in urban clothing and play to the thug stereotype. I understand now why we're like shifting away from just being completely the thug stereotype, but that doesn't mean we need to stray too far. You should not be saying you're the trade if you have facial hair and you frown. I've said it before, I will say it again. Please do not think you're trade if you have facial hair and you frown in pictures. If you work out, that's great. If you work out, you have a beard or a mustache and you frown, that's great. That does not mean you're the trade. You cannot be given trade when you look like a schoolboy realness. You can't be looking like a schoolboy. You go to Paris with a scarf and now you're calling yourself the trade. Like, yeah, you like older men, but you don't look like the trade. You just look like, I don't even know, you just look like a schoolboy. You just look regular. Like you don't look like someone hyper masculine, and when you get to talking, you don't sound hyper masculine. Like nothing about you gives trade. So I hate I hate when they be like, "Oh, I'm the trade," because I just feel like the term has just really slipped. You can't be like, "Oh, the trade is in the corner," and now I'm looking at just this regular, degular, like designer gay that just so happens to just not be like uber. Girl, now you're not the trade. Please stop misusing the word. We need to go back to our roots of trade being trade. If you're not trade, that doesn't mean like, yeah, if you're not overly and hyper, feminine, that doesn't mean you're trade all the time. There's a middle ground. So please stop calling yourself trade if you're not trade. It's not cute. That's like saying you a thug, and again, you wear scarves and trench coats, and you girl now. So the last little thing I have on my life update, again, I said I was here to complain. I really am here to complain. Then we're going to get into the shout out of the weeks. Then we're going to get into the album that I listened to. I'm going to make that a new segment. We're going to get to that when we get to that. So anyways, My last grievance is if you're gonna do adult content and you're gonna try to play like a super like premeditated thing and try to make it like, oh, this was so spontaneous, like, oh my gosh, this just happened. Please make sure you have all your ducks in line. Just please, please do. Please, 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 please do. Because the amount of times I've seen a caption that's like, oh my gosh, I just so happened to just get on my knees and service my man and da 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 while he was playing a video game while the video game controller is off. It's astounding. It really makes all these things make me so mad. They make me so upset. Cause what do you mean? Like you're almost appropriating my culture. Like, and the worst is when it's a PS4 controller. You know, if you ever played the PS4, you know the controller, like when you have it on, it does like the little blinks and it's on. It's a blue light. You can mesh it to a white light, you can mesh it to a red light, or you can turn the light off. That's fair. Whatever. But you want to know what I know y'all aren't doing? I know you're not turning off the light to do this. You're not playing any game. You're not doing anything, which is fine. But please don't be like, oh, I got him when he was playing the game. And now I'm looking to this dead controller. Like, that's so sick. Expect switches too. Please don't be like, oh, I'm playing this game when the wire isn't even connected to the system. Like, I. It's just a principle thing at that point. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't hate that as much as having egos and being delusional and being trade. Because at the end of the day, it's your content. Please let it be your content. This is my content. Let it be my content. But girl, it's just so crazy to see that. It's so crazy, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But that's all my hatred for the week. So let's get into the shout outs of the week for me, you know? This is where I shout out people that I feel like, oh my God, no, I'm not ready for the shout out of the week. Apparently, okay, so so apparently I have very like ADHD tendencies, and I didn't realize this. My boss really told me. She was like, "Yeah, you have ADHD tendencies," but she's like, "I'm not saying you have ADHD," because I was about to gag. I was about to gag, like, "I don't have ADHD, whatever, whatever." But it's because whenever I worked, if they put me on a boring position, I would just get to walking around, or I'd get to just talking, or they used to call me the disappearing act because whenever I was bored on something, they just wouldn't see me out there. They wouldn't see me on it. They would see me like 1 minute, I'd be going the next, and da 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 da. They would always be like, "You need to go over here," and I'd be like, "Okay." Next thing you know, I'm gone. So they were like, and we had a conversation about how I need to be stimulated, right? Cute. So I got that basis of it. I didn't realize until my friends told me that I just like I can go on like several tangents and go down several lanes and then do several things at the same time. Like I was talking about the shout of the week and I picked up this chapstick, which is the original topic, but I just want to really acknowledge the fact that I do see y'all when y'all say I have ADHD tendencies. I don't think I personally have it because I'm not diagnosed, and unlike other people, I don't like to diagnose myself, which I feel like should be a common practice. I feel like it's really easy to like put ourselves into symptoms and slates and be like, oh my God, that completely describes me. Like I am schizophrenic. Like please, please, if you're schizophrenic, I get it. Like, sometimes it really does be like that. Sometimes you really have it. Sometimes you just know. But please, if you just like talk to yourself, be like, oh girl, have a conversation with yourself, and then sometimes you have a mood swing or something like that, please don't diagnose yourself. It doesn't help. It isn't accurate. And now if you do something crazy, you have people looking at you crazy, and then creates a stigma around mental illness. It's just, please, 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 please don't do that. But it's all started because I told you I'm in a boot camp, which is like school. And I have this tutor, which I feel like he's one of my friends now, I feel like we're close, we're cool, whatever, whatever. And he was using this chapstick, and I always like to try out things that other people try just to see it. And I'm assuming this is a straight man. Nothing about him gives me girly pop boots or nothing about him, which is cool. I love that. I love just making friends, regular friends. So he was using this chapstick. It's called Toradin, right? And it's apparently a K-beauty product. There's definitely Korean on the back. I could read it, but my pronounce say that my okay. You know what? Yeah. So there's definitely Korean on the back. Cute. I could read it. I'm not gonna embarrass myself like that. But I'm using it, and yes, it is a chapstick, but it also gives me men's lip gloss. And I was just thinking about this the other day because, like, I was watching an Olympian, and she has this fab lip routine. I'm like, oh, she's wearing lip gloss. I'm not the type of girl to wear lip gloss, but I do think it's really cute. So I got Torrid, and apparently the universe and God listened to me because now I have this chapstick that looks like lip gloss. I'm gonna read him for it when he gets back. But I was just like, wow. I forgot to talk about this because this is a very big part of my week, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I just hope I don't go through the tube too fast because I have very big lips. I, I I have a lot of real estate to work with, a lot. So I hope I don't run through this little tube. It doesn't seem like it's like filled to the brim. So that's neither here nor there. Back to the shout of the week. I'm sorry, I'm gonna reintroduce it because when I tell you, I got way off topic. So oh my God, I could go on another one too. I'm gonna wait till the end. Oh, I'm late. I'm so late. I'm so late. When's the last time y'all made Kool-Aid? I just made Kool-Aid not too long ago, and it was fab. It was cute. I like have a perfect formulation. Anyways, the shout of the fucking week, please, Philip. Please, please, please. So for the shout of the week, my first shout out is Flow. If you haven't heard their new song Check, please get into it. It's really great. It's one of my favorite songs. I didn't know they could actually have another favorite song from me after Cardboard Box, cause and like Sweet Life of like Your Girl looks awfully familiar, but I'll get back to that. If you ain't want me, why didn't you just say it? Why you had to make me feel like I'm useless? You had it tight. I thought I had to change. Like, girl, y'all not getting into lyrics. Y'all not getting into the lyrics. But this one's a little bit more uplifting. This one's about like, ooh, I found a man that like he's checked, like he checks every box. I already did my background check. He's loyal. He spoils me. He does what he needs to do. The music video is very cute. It's giving sleepover lingerie. They dance in these pink sheets. It's so good. And one thing I felt about Flow for the longest time is that they don't get the credit that they deserve. They don't get the credit they deserve, which is really sad. They're giving me SWV or like TLC. They're giving me just like that old girl group essence. Like Destiny's Child, they're giving me that girl group essence that's here like now. And it's really cute. It's not like it's not too cringy. It's not too like, girl, like it's not cringy. It's just cute. It's good music. And I feel like they deserve that because they are doing a damn good job at the rollouts. They're doing a damn good job on the song list. They're doing great. They're doing great. They're doing great. So please give them their flowers. They don't get enough credit. If you have not, go listen to Check by Flow and specifically listen to the song and the music video because the music video is really cute. And honestly, SWV, I really thought that stood for Sister with Voice. Actually, no, it stands for Sister with Voices. I thought it stood for Sexy Women Voices for the longest time. But I am now aware that that's not what that stands for. So, we've crossed that bridge. I've progressed in life. So, let's get into the next shout out. The next shout out might be a little random, but my next shout out is for Harriet Tubman. Because let me tell you something, I was looking at Harriet Tubman's outfits for some reason on a random day. And when I tell you, sister ate the trench coat dresses, like the dresses with the bib, like she really was taking the girls to like freedom in a fab fit. Now I know it probably wasn't the exact one. She probably was taking them to rags to riches or type of thing. Because slavery was very much a thing. I doubt that they had those bomb dresses like in captivity. So but in my head she was really eating the girls up in fashion and just going across the Ohio River. So that was nice, and that's my shout out. And if you ever look at a Harriet Tubman picture, you can't tell me that bitch don't got a nasty pose. She got a nasty pose. When she's in her chair, when she's standing up, she got a nasty pose. You can never take that away from her. That girl knew how to take a picture. And I don't even know how they took pictures back then. Honestly, I'm not good at history. I'm not good at geography. You will all learn this at some point in time. I don't know when a 19 who, a 18 who, a nothing. So bitch, she took a nasty picture back in the day. Or that could just be like, I don't know, like one of those things where they're like, we're bringing back to life what we thought she looked like and from pictures and da 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 da, whatever, whatever, whatever. Who was that? Oh, it was Rosa Parks. That was Rosa Parks that got treated by Little Caesars. We can talk about it a different day. But yeah, that was the shout outs of the week. Good job, Harriet Tubman, and good job, Flo. Love to see it. Get your roses, get your roses. And the new session I'm going to introduce is last week I went over an album that I had never listened to and be like, oh, this was a good album. Last week it was Jasmine Sullivan. So I'm going to think of a title, but right now it's just the album that I listened to that I've never listened to before. Like they're usually late titles, like came out in 2020, 2022 that I'm just now listening to because who knows why. But today our album is Smithereens by Joji. Funny story, I actually loved Slow Dancing in the Dark when I was in high school. That was how I got introduced. And it was funny because I had already seen him at Lollapalooza in like 2019. Or actually, no, I had actually heard the song before. Yeah, it was already out before, I think. So I had already heard the song. It was a really good song. And then I actually saw him in person at Lollapalooza. And I didn't know who that man was. And I didn't know who he was. I left there not knowing who he was, but I was like, oh, I love the artist. And then at some point I connected the dots. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Joji. And I was like, damn. So I really was eating him up, but I didn't know that it was him. So it was weird. Love that. Love him. Da 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 da. Smithereens. Yeah, I saw on this document Smithereens, so that's not right. But Smithereens, it was cute. It was a really good album. My favorite songs are still my favorite songs. The quote unquote title tracks of Die For You, but that was cute. My favorite song is Glimpse of Us. That didn't change throughout the album. I gotta give him credit. His albums usually are those really melancholic or like, they have like sort of a sad beat or something like that. He has a very specific sound. So I can't take that away from him. I can't judge him for that. I can't be like, oh, I wish he did something different. Cause girl, that's the whole brand. That's like going to Walmart and expecting not to see Walmart things. It's like, okay, that makes no sense. So it was a good album. I really do love it. It was cute. It was a cute time. It was a cute time. Now, last episode, I was really trying to deny the fact that it was going to be all about the Olympics. I was like, I don't want to make this about the Olympics. Like, I really want it to be about something different. But little did I know. Now I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it because so much shit has happened. There's literally no rhyme or reason to why so much shit has happened in these things. At this time you're listening to it, the closing ceremony would have been yesterday. Simone got to pass the flag off or the torch off to LA 2028 because it's going to be in LA. I live in Arizona, so I'm going to be getting the fuck away from anything around here because I really do feel like it's going to be hell in a handbag or it's going to be like really, really slow. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like, but thoughts and prayers anyone's in LA. Thoughts and prayers. And speaking of Olympics, I actually have known a couple of people who went to the Olympics this year, which I can't say I've ever known. And a part of me is jealous. A part of me is not jealous. Who knows? Who knows? But all I know is that there's been some really cute Olympic moments. Like, there was a woman who won in high jump and oh god, I don't know if it's high jump. It's the one where I think it is high jump where or long jump where you jump and you get land in the sand. She was the gold medalist and she had a beautiful moment with her husband. It was so nice. It was so sweet. It actually made me cry, tear up a little bit. And I really didn't realize how much I tear up during the Olympics because there's so many moments where it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy. I'm trying to find her name real quick just so I can give her proper due deals. But, Twitter has been so hard actually trying to find things because guess what? I don't know why, but all of a sudden there's ads, there's links to other tweets. Twitter used to not always be like this. And I don't know what changed, but it needs to change back. All I know is it's beautiful. I love that for her. I'm so happy for her. She won the gold. She had her moment. It was so cute. It really was heartwarming for me. And I have a weak spots for gold medal moments or people winning. So that's really nice, really beautiful. So I'm so happy for her. But before we get into the Poopy Hot Olympics, we're going to go into Megan Thee Stallion. She released a new video for her song Mamushi, which I actually did not listen to prior to this podcast. Actually, yeah, I've heard it. I heard the cute little moments. It's been a TikTok audio, the usual things that Megan does because she's impactful and stuff like that. It's been cute. So I watched the music video because I think it was yesterday or last night, a couple days ago. Yeah, because it dropped 2 days ago. So let's just say like 2 days ago or yesterday. There's a point in the music video where Megan Thee Stallion's in the pool and first of all, she had her ass out this time. She had her ass out. And I don't know if that was edited or she really had her ass out. But I know there's a lot of people on set bricked up. And I know there's going to be a lot of people at home bricked up because her ass is out. And that's cute. It's cute. Love that for her. She's really eating it up. She loves a good visual. Love that for her. But there's a certain point of the song halfway through. She like essentially it's giving Japanese culture with like I don't want to say women for pay, but it's like one of those houses where it's a bunch of women and they go there for it's like spa houses. It's the Japanese equivalent of like a spa house for gays. It's like you go there, you get your ones and twos, and you keep on going. So the music video starts out. This man picks Megan Thee Stallion amongst all these other Japanese girls or Asian girls. I don't know if they're all Japanese, but I'm assuming Japanese. And so then he picks her out from the crowd. They walk down this long hallway, and then they walk past this screen door where you can kind of see in the background. She turns to a large snake and she eats him. So the theme of the video is snake, which is not surprising because if you have seen her more recent rollouts, it's been Hiss, it's been Rattle, it's been Boa, it's been Cobra. Perfect. Yes, we know she's going with the snake theme, right? Okay, great. We had that in mind. Okay, great. So moving on. So there was this one moment in the music video where she's in the spa house. This is where her ass is out. She starts to like, she has her head kind of underwater and she's kind of rattling over like a snake. Like she's just slithering over to him. And then she turns into a big snake and she like assumingly eats him. She just bites him. It's like she turns into a huge snake and bites him, right? Cute. It's a music video. Like, love the idea, love the direction, whatever. But I get on that good old thing called Twitter, or now like known as X, and the girls are like, "Oh my gosh, this is so satanic. This is so demonic. Like, like first thing I have to say is leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Y'all have been on her ass for about 2 to 3 years at this point. Megan can't even breathe without y'all being on her dick. It's crazy. It's really crazy. She can't even release a music video. Like, girl, it's oh my god, it's crazy. So like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's demonic. And the worst thing about those people, again, their egos and delusional. So they don't even want to hear what anybody has to say. They just want to stick to whatever the fuck they want to hear, which is fine. But please don't. The girls want to be loud and wrong, which is crazy to me. But who knows? That's people. So people in the chat are like, oh, well, girl, that's kind of been her theme, like kind of been on brand. She has like 4 songs named after snakes, and that's kind of been her rollout for all the drama. She's been like, she's hissing, she's biting, like, girl, that's what she's been going with. So it should not be a surprise. They're like, I don't know, it just really seems demonic and stuff like that. And da 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 da. And I saw this one comment that y'all don't even go to church. Y'all aren't even religious. And I really cackled about that because a lot of people aren't. They just want to say shit just to say shit. It's not really said in any basis. It's literally about like, oh, this looks demonic. Which is the same thing that's been happening for years. I feel like y'all need to really stop worrying about I feel like I need to stop worrying about celebrities and their real lives, because guess what? A lot of things that happen to celebrity have nothing to do with us. There has not really been any moments, unless you go to a concert, you like the album. There's never been a moment where something that's happened to a celebrity has really impacted or changed our life. They're just regular people. Y'all just like to, I don't know, gang up on regular people in the spotlight. It's like they're like thought of like this separate entity, and that's not what they are. They have feelings, they do things, they have in creative direction. And even if they were, why do y'all care? Like, why do y'all care? It doesn't affect you. You can literally block Megan's name off of everything and you won't see her again. And then guess what? It's fine. Like, y'all really have been bagging on her since she done put Tory Lanez in jail, or Tory Lanez put himself in jail. Like, that woman has been through enough. She lost her mother, she got shot. Like, the girls have been scrutinizing her. They're still scrutinizing her. Like, please leave that woman alone. I don't know why y'all hate her, but I think it's because she's a fab girl and y'all just can't take it. And so that's fine. That's fine. So whatever. But there was a little bit of editing in there that was really funny to me. She was continuing to be a snake, but she was snatching bitches out. She was snatching bitches out of like pictures. So she'd be in the picture, she would snatch them up and take them in there. And it kind of looks like one of those things where it kind of like rag dolls, because it's not like edited to where it really matters for them to like get into the picture. It's not like they're getting slowly dragged to the picture. They're like getting snatched. They're getting snatched to the picture, which I think is, it's really funny. It's really funny to see. It was really funny. It gave me a good laugh. People were getting painted. It turned like there was an army of Smurfs at the end. I don't know. I don't really get that part, but it's a cute song. It's a cute music video. I'm glad that she made it. A lot of Japanese people really have been seeming like they've really been enjoying it. They've been really getting into it. So, that's all that really matters, really. Like, I like the song. Hopefully you like the song. They felt something about the song. It was giving Japanese people love Megan, which is cute. Love it. I love that. I love when people tap into different cultures or tap into different veins. It just shows versatility. It shows awareness. It shows, not awareness, but it shows like, girl, I can sit by my box and give you a 1 and 2. Not everything has to be in English, girl. Like, or not everything has to be completely inspired by American culture. Like, girl, love that. Love it, love it, love it, boots. Love it. So, oh God. Now we get into the main meat topic of this show, and it's about the end of the hot and poopy Olympics. A lot has been happening. I did not expect it to really be jumping like this, but oh God, let's get into it. Let's just get right into it. Let's just get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this long dispute. This one hits me close to home. I said it before. I'll say it again. I love women's gymnastics. I wasn't going to say anything about it, actually. I was going to be like, okay, girl, like, pay it. You don't need to be in these ears yapping about women's gymnastics all the time. This is not that, like, who knows? So I wasn't going to talk about it, but in recent events, it's crazy. It's so stupid. I don't know if the floor final had happened by the time I released that episode last week, But from then, there's this woman, Simone. It was the floor final. Let's get into that. Let's start from the very beginning. It's the floor final. There's a couple of people that are slated out to be on the podium, a couple of people that are like, kind of close and edge competitors, whatever, whatever. So everyone walks into the floor final. The final podium. Well, actually, no, let's get into the last of it. So it's kind of already assumed that Simone and Rebecca were going to be fighting for gold and silver. Perfect. It was kind of like that third place spot again that was being fought for, similar to the all around. And that was really the tea. Honestly, it was the tea. It was cute. It was what it was. It was a cute battle. During this process, there's a point where three gymnasts are tied. Like they're like completely tied. They're like really close and go anyway, go either way, like depending on like how it goes. So one goes close score, another one goes close score, another one goes, and they like they typically no. It went close score, highest score, and then lower score, or like fourth place. So how it went was there was one girl that went on the floor, she had the score, another girl that went on the floor, she had the highest score, and then another girl, Jordan Chiles, let's say her name, Jordan Chiles went on, well, Anna was the highest score, let's say her name too, and Jordan Chiles was the one that got fourth. She got placed in the fourth, and immediately afterwards they put it in an appeal. It's called an inquiry. I feel like that's the right way to say it, but it doesn't sound right to me. But they put in an inquirization, and they went to the table. They were like, hey, we're appealing it. The difficulty's too low. So the judges do what they need to do. They redo the score. She gets boosted up into third place. Mistake number one. Please, they should have got the score right on the first time. We wouldn't even be in here because this is turned into like defolded into something that's just crazy. A mess. A mess, a mess, a mess. So she claims third, which was sad because Anna she already had the flag out. She was already like, celebrating. But one person's bad moment is another person's good moment. So Jordan Childs is really eating it. She's laughing. Everyone's having a good time. Like it was really cute for me. It was really cute. So we end up with an all black podium. Rebecca actually takes first place, the gold medal, which is cute because guess what? She deserves it. She's worked so hard. Simone has been her biggest competitor. I'm glad that she got to get her ones and twos. And Simone got silver, and everyone was so appreciative. Simone and Jordan literally bowed to her because she supports everybody. They support her. They really saw her vision, and they gave her ones or twos, which was really sweet. Really sweet. It should have ended like that. A good story for the Americans, a sad story for Romania. It happens, but I don't know. I feel like girls really give you their life, like when you have something like that happen. It's not a medal, but it's not the end of the world either. Even though it does feel like the end of the world. Who knows, girl? I've never been to the Olympics. I would rather, like, I saw this guy who was out of medal contention. He was about to take his shoes off and retire. Baby, I would want to too, honestly. But ones and twos, that's the end of the story, we think, right? No, it's not. So then Romania appealed again. Well, this is their first appeal. They appealed that the score was wrong and that the inquiry happened after a minute, the 1 minute rule of the score. So once the score goes up, you have a minute to go in there and inquire about the rule, or inquire about the score before it's whatever, before it's over. So they were saying that Jordan didn't or the coaches, Cecile, they didn't come up and inquire before that 1 minute rule. So then the Court of Arbitration for Sports, they respected the appeal. They essentially took the medal from Jordan Childs, and after like 5 days after it was done, whatever. So that was mistake number one and two. You shouldn't have to take someone's medal away simply because girl of logisticals. And we'll see as we progress through the story that it wasn't even bad like that. So she has her medal revoked. She said she was going on a social media break. There's all these gymnasts: Simone Biles, Jay Carey, Sunisa Lee, Ali Raisman. Like, there's a lot of gymnasts coming forward and being like, "We are in support of you. I'm so sorry this happened to you." It was devastating. It was probably devastating. It was her first individual medal. I can imagine. Like, she has a gold, a silver, and she would have had her bronze floor medal, which that means you have the full collection. You got your first individual medal. I know that probably feels like the most important, probably, because you did it on your own. It felt cute, right? So sad for her. She revoked the medal. I wasn't even going to talk about it. However, today I guess they disperse out the footage of what the meat looks like, or like what happened. So they dispersed the which doesn't make sense. They dispersed the footage, right? And they were like, so then the United States of America came back with footage. They came back with receipts, live video proof that the inquiry happened before the 1 minute rule. So that changes everything. The whole basis of the freaking appeal has essentially been thrown down the drain, because guess what? There's footage. You see that happens before there. It was done right. Like that's supposed to dead the issue. Like it really is. So I was gonna talk about it, but that was cute. And so apparently the medal is supposed to be reinstated. I haven't heard any updates on that. Maybe we can get into that update next week. Hopefully it blows over and stuff like that. But footage has been released. And so in my opinion, she should get her bronze back, honestly. But I know one thing about it, the bronze isn't going to feel the same, because you've literally had to fight for it, like a lot. You've had to fight for it. You've had to plead your case. There's been like politics in it. And honestly, I've been arguing with a lot of people about it, like on under Instagram feeds and stuff like that. Because remember when I said everything about the Olympics and world peace, and this is our time to come together? I lied. So under these posts, on Jordan Child's posts, it's been giving like, I'm so sorry, you don't deserve this. Like, judges are at fault. Give them all a bronze medal, right? Even the gymnast that appealed was like, can we all just have a bronze medal? Work. Like, that seems like the best solution. Everyone wants it, sure, give it to them. But I'm also in favor for, girl, give it to the bitch who got it. Like, let's be fair. Let's give it to the bitch who earned it. But I'm not saying they didn't earn it, but the score shook out the way that the score did. Let's be reasonable. If it's hers, it's hers. If it's not, it's not. So cool. Right. But a lot of people on her page, of course, have been given down with the blackie. They've been given down with her. She didn't deserve anything. These American scum think they can win everything. Romania has the best medal count and everything. Da 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 da. So of course I saw that, and seeing as I am the position I am, I'm black, I'm gay, I love women's gymnastics. She's black, she's a woman. I've seen her grow up. I've literally watched her grow up. I've watched Jordan Childs go from a level 10 to a junior elite, or yeah, junior elite to then senior elite. I've seen her go to 2 years of what is it called, UCLA, and been an NCAA champion. I've literally seen her all through. Then she went back and ran for contention of the Olympics, and it was just a beautiful story. I've seen it throughout. I've known Jordan for a while, not known her personally, but I've known of her for a while. So I was like, oh no, it's not happening like that. So I've been arguing with people. People have been like, oh, go cry about it to your mother. First of all, the girls can't read. I don't know what happened to reading, and I don't know if it's just an exclusive skill, but the girls can't read anymore. Like, people love saying your mama, oh my God, oh my God, you really got me there, hun. You really got me there. Oh wow. Oh wow. So the girls can't read. It was just giving like a lot of, first of all, racism, and it was noted that if this was a white person, that wouldn't have happened. And I truly fully believe that. I fully believe that. So it's been a very sucky situation. But I am rooting for. I don't think Anna deserved the hate that she's getting, but I feel like a lot of the hate she's getting is based on the people that are coming for Jordan. It's not like this was a nice little thing that happened. But honestly, the judges should be the one getting hate, because they've messed up not once, but twice, and now a third time. Because guess what? If you had the footage, why didn't you look at the footage and be like, oh yeah, the inquiry happens like at 47 seconds or something like that? Like, I feel like that would have been the easiest and the only reasonable thing, that, because how would you look at the footage and then say, oh no, like, yeah, absolutely, like, are we basing on off of what it was there? Was somebody looking at the clock? Like, what was the basis of this if the footage came out and it was already true anyway? So that didn't make sense. But the American, I don't know, one of those organizations, they sent the footage back and said, go ahead and run my girl her medal. We are going to be fighting for her. Love that support. Love that for her. I hope she gets her medal. I hope we can all come in peace, because at this point they done dragged her, read her through the dirt. I was okay with Anna getting it, not in this circumstance, but I was okay with that. But no, now she needs to get her ones and twos. It is what it is. So anyways, so on to the next thing. We're gonna move on to Olympic champions sleeping in parks. This happened right afterwards. I don't even know if I talked about it. I don't know. I might have, but I don't think so, because literally I think I talked about it afterwards. Who knows? If not, we're gonna readjust it, because guess what? There's new updates. So, gold medal champion Thomas Ceccoon. I hope it's not. It's Ceccoon of Italy slept in a park. There was videos, and not videos. There was a picture of him sleeping in the car on the porch. Girl, okay, wait, hold on, deep breath. It was a video or a picture of him sleeping in the park next to a bench on his backpack. There we go. And he released a post or a statement saying that Paris conditions are terrible. There's bad food. There's no air conditioning. It's loud. The beds are made out of cardboard. There was just a lot of conditions that he was saying that a lot of athletes have kind of alluded at and been like, yes, like that's very true. And all these athletes are being treated the same, regardless of medal. I'm not saying there should be bias against a bitch who got a medal versus that, but or not. But I do feel like it's crazy that they're keeping them in these conditions, which we're going to get into the overall feeling of why was Paris the point and why was Paris if there was so much speculation and stipulation and different things that were happening. But he slept in the park. He said that a main reason why he didn't go back to the final of the, I believe it was the backstroke. I don't know which, if it was 100 or 200, but he did not make the final of the backstroke race, even though he won it. He's a gold medalist. So he stated that to being too tired, didn't qualify because of the heat and noise. He said he usually sleeps in the afternoon, but based on the heat, the noise, the lack of air conditioning, the bed, he couldn't even sleep. So he was just too tired to really get into it, which is really sad. But he still took home the bronze medal, which for a relay, it wasn't even his category because he didn't qualify, but he did take home the bronze medal for a relay, and I like that for him because at least he took home something. It was a very sad, visual of him sleeping in that park, but at least he got something. I always like that when, at least you didn't go home empty-handed. It's not the gold. I know you're probably about to go up and do a double peat, but again, the conditions were in your favor, and that's no one's fault except theirs. It's no fault of your own. So, good effort, good try. I'm glad you got to go home with something. So sorry for the conditions. I'll get into reading Paris later. So, I checked the stats Sha'Carri Richardson because I don't actually watch track like that. I saw track moments. I've noticed track moments, but when it comes to watching sports, I am not a track girl like that. I'm more of a water sport. I'm more of a gymnastics. I'm more of a volleyball. I'm more of that. Or, oh, yeah, I'm more of that big man who won judo. Like, I love those type of things. So, that was nice. But she came home with a gold and a silver medal, which is really nice seeing as she didn't make it last year based on something that was really, really petty, really stipulational, like really just not important in the grand scheme of things. So she came back with a vengeance. She got her gold and her silver. Love that. She's officially Olympic champion and an Olympian. No one can ever take that away from her. That's a great way to not end your story, but to start your story. It came from adversity. She saw it through, and now guess what? She showed everybody wrong. Everybody was like, "Oh no, you won't make it back to the Olympics. You won't make it back." She showed them all wrong. She made it back. She got her ones and twos, literally her one and her two, and she got to push it. Love that. Love that for her. Great Olympics. Great job, Sha'Carri. And now we're moving on to the third gate of Paris. So we talked about this last week about how they were shitting in pools. The person who was supposed to swim in the I've learned it's called a scene. It's actually called a scene. I was like Lake River. It's a scene. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's a scene. So the person who wasn't who was supposed to swim in the scene, he didn't swim in it, and they kept the Olympics going on as pushing. And it's come out that 3 German swimmers became ill from virus. They've had nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. Right now, they're saying that there's no direct correlation to it being based on the Olympic or the Olympic water, whatever. But 3 German ones got it. I don't know. I'm not saying it's true, but there was also 2 other Portuguese triathlon members who also fell ill. So I don't know. 5 people falling ill kind of seems like enough basis to be like, there's something in the water. Because I don't think this really spread to any other teams. Like, of course, someone got sick. But I don't think they have this very specific nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. Like, girl, it's almost giving dysentery. And I would not be surprised if it was like, girl, I'm basically banking on the fact that it was the water because it just makes sense. Like the way that's set up, it makes sense. Um, oh, Germany also had 2 swimmers that in the men's event that got 2nd place and 8th place that also fell sick. So that's 7 at this point. I was trying to look up everyone who got it. So at this point, it makes 7. So that's kind of alarming. But apparently the water quality is fine. Apparently they tested it. They were looking at it. Everything's fine. They were like, okay, bitches, get over it. Like, we're going to keep going as usual. And the funny thing is, they also said that they had a backup place where they could have also held the swimming events, which I don't understand why they didn't do it. I don't understand why they just do that in the first place. It would have helped with controversy. There was already like publicity about going into the water way prior to the Olympics, let alone going into it. Especially with people shitting in the water, and there's just France and French and Paris. Like there's already been a lot of controversy, so I don't understand why they just wouldn't move in the first place. But apparently the quality is approved despite people getting sick. The Paris World of Aquatics showed that the water was quote unquote clean. There we go. And had plans to move on with it in the original body of water. But here's the thing I just found out. Apparently swimming in that body of water has been banned for more than a century, which I think is pretty wild. It's based on the E. coli and the bacteria levels that's been present in that place for, I don't know, a century. I can't really. That's a long ass time. I'm gonna be honest. So that seems a little alarming. If anything, not the fact that it was closed for that long and no one could swim in it, and now we're reopening the bitch back up, and people are still complaining about bacteria and stuff, and now people are actually like putting biohazard into the freaking pool. Like everything leads back to it just not being it. Like it just leads back to it not being it. It just doesn't seem right. I don't know why we didn't do it, but hey, that's not my circus, not my monkey, not my Olympics. So I really do pray that they all get better. Girl, that sounds like a very bad stomach bug. But contrary to people getting sick, there was also people that said that the water was fine. And this goes into something that was a crazy statement to me. So Sharon Van, Rownedal, Ronadale, I'm saying that wrong, but that one. She won the gold medal, and she said the water was clean. I had no complaints. I even occasionally drank some water from the water. Like she took some sips and some gulps when she was feeling tired. Now, I'm not going to say it's so unprecedented that like, oh, you take a drink of water while you're doing a triathlon. You're swimming for a very long time. You're going through these things. Like, I can understand it, right? But for her to admit it and be like, oh yeah, no, I intentionally took it and it was great. She said it was cold, it was fresh, and, and everything. And that was just a little alarming for me because I don't know. It was just alarming. Like, girl, you have the best, mind you, she's from, where did they, I didn't even write where, let me look it up real quick, because she's from a place with really good water, like probably like the best water, actually acclaimed for, I want to say Neanderthal, but I know that's not it. But so let's see, she's Dutch, and she's from Norway. Okay, huh? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm really having a problem finding this, like the actual place it is. And I told you, I'm really bad at like, geography and shit. So wait, I can just look up who has the best water. Who has the best water? I want to say it's Norway, but um out of country. See, this is really fucking me up, but I know I would not be Norway. There we go. It is Norway. So Norway has the best water. Everyone prides themselves of it feeling refreshing. It's cold, it's clean, and they said that it really benefits your health and stuff like that. I believe it. Have never tried it, but I believe it. If I ever find myself in Norway, I will definitely give it a try. Hopefully, I don't get sick, but I doubt I would have the chance to get sick in comparison to the this body of water here. But she said that she took a few sips. She was a little thirsty and stuff like that, which I guess is reasonable. But I wouldn't particularly, come to the public and say that, especially when the water has been, I don't know. I wouldn't really be saying that in pissy and poopy water. But, I'm glad that she's somewhat sticking up for the water because other athletes have said that they haven't had an issue. But, I'm glad. I'm glad that some people weren't sick in the occasion. I feel bad for the people they were. But I do feel like it's a direct correlation because that would not make sense on it not being a direct correlation, especially at the rate it's going. Like, baby. Now, first of all, the water really wanted Germany out. I don't know what it was about them Germans. And they said, no, baby, you need to go. You need to leave. But it took out 5 German people. it was German athletes, German Olympians. Like they really were not having it for the girls. So feel bad for y'all, but there was also some Portuguese swimmers that also fell ill. So I do think it was definitely correlated to the water, but who am I to judge? Apparently it was clean. They tested it. But seeing as there's just a bunch of foul shit going on as of recent, I can also see that it was just a real mixy Olympics. Teddy Riner, which I believe is his name, everyone was talking about how the person he fought was completely out of his weight league, which I could see. Teddy Riner is like 6'8", and he weighs a good amount of pounds, and the other one was 5'9". I could see it. I don't know logistically how that works. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. I know there's probably like weigh-ins and stuff like that. I don't know how they end up fighting in the same battle, but again, I don't know anything, so I don't speak on it. So, but apparently there's just been a lot of sneezy things going on in the Olympics, and I really feel like there should be people that watch over this. Where are the people that are looking for the quality? Now, one thing I did read is that the Chinese Confederation, they brought all their own stuff. They brought their own meals, they brought their own mattresses, they brought their own AC units, which I think is nasty. I think it's nasty that they did that because guess what? They said my athletes are not to be played with. We will be giving them the circumstances that they need to have to be able to thrive. And I thought that was real fab. I think that's real cute. Cause I don't know, like really was it Chinese or Japanese? I think it was Chinese. I think it was the Chinese Federation. If it wasn't, it might have been Japan, but I really do think it was the Chinese Confederation last time I looked. So I really do love that for them and the athletes. I believe they did really well. They were second in the women's gymnastics medal count. So I think that could be a direct testament to that. But they brought their own shit, and that was really cute. But I really feel like they shouldn't have had to. They shouldn't have had to. They shouldn't have had to bring their own things to be able to thrive. I feel like there should be people that like look over this. Like, yeah, girl, they took the water temps, but can we why were they okay with giving a bunch of athletes like not good living qualities, not good like living quarters? Now I can't say that for everybody, but a lot of people complained about it. People were sleeping in the parks. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem okay. It doesn't seem all right. I feel like there would be more checks and balances in this, especially because it's the Olympics. It happens every 4 years. You literally have 4 years to plan what's going to happen. And I feel like the Olympic Committee should also be ahead of this. Like, I don't know. It just seems like something that should be perfect by the time it comes around. Like, of course, nothing's perfect, but geez, like, there seems to have been a lot of L's going around here as of recent. I don't understand why. But they did what they could. I'm talking about the athletes. They did what they could. Maybe it was just very specific circumstances, or maybe all of them were kind of bad, or kind of felt like it was bad, or whatever. I know that Paris does not have good food, so I was not surprised to hear that one. Which leads us into stop hyping Paris up. Please stop. Please stop. It's not worth it anymore. Like, y'all aren't capping anybody. Like, you're not capping. Like, wait, no, you're not fooling anybody. Jeez, you're not capping anybody. What's that? That's a double negative, actually. You're capping. You're not capping any. That's a double negative and an improper sentence. That's crazy. But you're not proving anybody. Like, you're not. Wait, what am I saying? 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 Oh, you're not like really proving to anybody that's a great place anymore. People have showed plenty of videos. This is a real big testament. One thing I know about France or Paris specifically is that they don't have good food. Apparently it's colonized from a bunch of other people, and they just don't. Apparently they don't have good food. Apparently the best place they eat is like McDonald's and stuff like that. So they opt for like fast food restaurants because the actual like diners and the actual sit-in restaurants aren't that good, which is crazy. And I was actually talking to my UK friend. Side note, did you know that the official dish of the UK used to be chicken tikka masala? Which I felt like was completely wrong. I felt like that was outrageous. Apparently it was. Now it's fish and chips, but I was like, that doesn't seem like the right place to really get into chicken tikka masala. So, and we looked up the American foods. Of course, it was. Why did we have a list? We have a list. Ours was like hamburgers, hot dogs, sausage. It was another one. Oh, Salisbury steak, fries, mashed potatoes, a list. And I was like, oh yeah, what are you gonna eat? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have an English breakfast for, breakfast, and I'm gonna have a chicken tikka masala for like lunch. It didn't sound right. It didn't sound right for me. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. And we looked it up to confirm that chicken tikka masala has definitely returned to whoever's home it was. I'm not sure, but it found a better place other than the UK, because that did not seem right at all. I also love that people from the UK don't say their T's unless the first word starts with a T or something like that. I also learned that over this week, which was funny. It was cute. I didn't realize that. I can't say I'm too aware of the accents, except for when people try to do it and either do it really well or really poorly. You know, all the this, that, and the third. So, but stop hyping Paris up. There's been so many videos that the Eiffel Tower is the only thing that is cute, and it's only cute from afar because there's dirt patches. The food isn't good. The graffiti is everywhere. Paris just looks like the slums, and people from Paris say it's the slum, and people who are also in the area say that it's also the slums. And apparently, there's rats. So I don't know. Like, please stop hyping Paris up. Y'all had me fooled a couple years ago and being like, oh, the Eiffel Tower. And mind you, y'all didn't talk about anything other than the Eiffel Tower. Is there anything else Paris is like renowned for other than the Eiffel Tower? Do they have any like museums or stuff like that? Do they have any like amusement parks? Like, or is it just the Eiffel Tower? Because I've never seen Paris described as anything over the Eiffel Tower. Like it's all that's in every picture, that's in every souvenir, that's in every card, like that's on every keychain. Like I've never seen it, so I don't know. But stop hyping up the Paris, please. It's not cute. This Olympics just showed it's not cute. Like please stop. Which I mean you can go off whatever country you live for, but it's just crazy that this is the result and Paris is still seen as one of the major top vacation spots that if you haven't been to Paris, you're not in this elite club of traveling and stuff like that. So, that's all I have to say about that. Paris is Paris. The Paris ballroom girls really they vogue down, whatever. Cool. So we're really reaching our last topics for today, which my gosh, it's still about the Olympics. But essentially there is a sport, it's called bouldering, and I think it's like rock climbing, and I didn't know that was a sport. And I thought that was kind of crazy. Wasn't aware of that one. I just didn't know, and I was like, what is bouldering? Like, that's crazy. So, that was that. Cute, I guess. Congratulations. Just wanted to notice that. But there was a little thing called pole meets. That's what we're gonna go into it calling. There was a there was a pole vaulter. I believe he's Anthony from Italy, and he went viral for clearing the pole but having his meat drag the pole down with him. And the girls have been keying. They have been really getting into it. They said that, oh, the package brought him down. They've been like, oh, when the meat is too much. They've really been keying on him, right? He even got on the joke. He was like, when you go out there for your performance and the moment you made was more funner than the moment or whatever like that. And so hopefully he's feeling okay about it, about being sexualized like that. I don't think it's like bad sexualization, even though any sexualization is sexualization, but I feel like it's more of a joke, and I hope that people are taking it as a joke and not being weird and stuff. But I will say the biggest way to end this tour with a bang is to really show the girls the package. Like, bitch, strategist. I'm strategic. There we go. Strategist. A strategic strategist. See, I'm losing English. Language. Oh, girl. English is really. Oh, girl. Wow. See, I need to learn a different language so we can slowly transition to something that isn't this fuck ass language because it's really taking me. It's really taking me. I'm always so embarrassed. I'm always so shy. Like, why can't I speak my own language? It's so crazy. But anyway, I'm a strategist. Like, the best way to end this off with a bang is to show the meat. Do you know the influx is gonna have? Like, of course, I know the girls are modest. No one wants to do that. Like, a lot of people don't want to do that. But girl, I would. Baby, end it off with a bang. Be like, yeah, girl, this is what I was packing on between that singlet, bitch. And then, girl, get your ones and twos. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be cute. But hopefully he's taking it well. He did not qualify for the finals, but he did have a moment, which I think is cute. Having a moment is sometimes better than getting the win. And it's just something that happens. You can't convince me otherwise, because sometimes a moment is more notable than actually winning the actual final. Like, sadly, the Jordan Chiles debacle and the Anna, like Romania versus USA, the back and forth, that's going to be remembered as this final opposed to who won, which is sad. But sometimes a moment will get you more places than a medal. I will be honest. If you have a viral moment, but you lose the competition, sometimes more money comes in from the viral moment and the popularity and the publicity. Like, sometimes that's better than the actual medal. So hopefully he's feeling okay. Hopefully he didn't take it too bad. Hopefully he's not, he's not feeling too bad. But I do have a list of topics that kind of hit the back burner since contestants, it was all Olympic based, everything like that. So apparently Travis Scott got arrested in Paris after a fight with bodyguard in luxury hotel. Don't know too much about it. Apparently they recovered his hat. So hopefully Travis Scott makes it out. I don't have any details about the fight. Maybe I'll come back next week about it because it does seem like it's something important. So I'll keep up with that. The next one is that Cartoon Network website shut down by Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, this was really sad for me. This was extraordinarily sad because guess what? I used to play Cartoon Network like video games all the time. Like the website was cute. They had some fab games. You can go in there and watch some clips. Like the Cartoon Network website was like the pinnacle of Cartoon Network, honestly. Especially when they were a standalone. I feel like all these streaming sites are coming and taking it in. It was a channel, it was a website. Same with Nickelodeon, Nick. Like I feel like things had more individuality back in the day. But apparently it's now shut down. At first I thought Cartoon Network has a channel shut down. I was like, oh wow, we're really the world's ending. It's ending. We're done. But apparently it was just the website, which is sad. Rest in peace to the Cartoon Network website. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Oh, sad. It's sad. But ending the Olympics talk once and for all. There was this track star who went to the Olympics, but she couldn't pay her rent. And Flava Flav came in and saved the day and gave her some money and some excess so she can go in there and compete and do her big ones. And I think that was really sweet. Congratulations, Flavor Flav. That was really nice. That was really selfless of you. And another good way I feel like people could utilize money for the better things. You can do whatever you want with your money, but sometimes you can help people out. You can help people out. It's cute. That was a cute moment. And back to Snoop Dogg being the being the mascot of the Olympics. Snoop Dogg gifted Simone Biles' sister Adria. Oh no, wow, I read the title and I formatted it wrong. Jesus Christ. Simone Biles' sister shares that Snoop Dogg gifted their dad a Death Row Records chain for his 75th birthday, and now he don't know how to act. There's a picture. The chain is obviously very expensive. It looks very nice. I think it's again a great gesture. Gesture. Oh my god, a great gesture that happened. I believe it was very sweet. It was very kind. Another selfless moment that happened at the Olympics. The Olympic ends in a bunch of cute moments and a lot of crap ones too. So, I really do. I love all the winners. If you won, congratulations. I saw a couple of winners that were really good. Rebecca is now the most decorated Brazilian gymnast. I think I saw like the Philippines took home. The bars champion took home the gold medal for her country. And Algeria, there we go. She took home the medal for Algeria and shoved it into Paris's faces because Paris and France did not want her, or they never reinstated her. So she went to Algeria, did her big ones, got the medal, and guess what? Now you hoes are choking. So that's cute. Let's see if I have anything else to say, honestly. No, I don't think I have anything else to say. All I'm going to say is, guess what? I'm here and I'm here to stay. I will be recording episodes and posting them on Monday. So if you're not here on Mondays, you should be here on Mondays. I'm going to set a time. It'll most likely be noon. Everyone will be on their lunch breaks. People can listen to it on the back end of work. Everyone can start off their week with a nice, good time, bussifying their life. Anyways, all the things. And the tip of the day is, I don't know, if you're a bottom, don't juice every day. You're really messing up your flora. You're messing up your gut health. You're gonna end up with problems later in life, like maybe like cramps or like diarrhea. Like it's not that deep all the time. Maybe you can do this like a little narrow thing. Like I'm not saying paint everybody, bitch, but I'm saying like please be considerate when you're like clearing out all of your guts all the time, because not all bacteria is bad bacteria. Some of them you need. They help you digest your food. They keep you from doing XYZ. Like please, 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 just don't. Keep your body safe. Keep it healthy. So, there was also a twink debacle about, a twink is a body style. You don't age out of being a twink, which I thought it's true. You could have a twink body, but you definitely, outdate and outage being a twink. Everything in the gay culture is like very superficial. If you're like if you're over like 27, you're like not considered a twink anymore. You're considered a twunk. Because guess what? It's kind of like you expired. It's kind of like all the other twinks are now in, which it stands for like young skinny boy, which is like, it's not really cute. We just got off the Austin Wild debacle about him having like 8 terabytes of child pornography, and having sex with people that may or may not have been 18 and asking like, oh, are you 18 80 times instead of just checking the ID. So it's always just nasty. It's always gross. It's just been like that. So technically you can't out age out of being a twink, but who knows? Who cares? But anyways, I am Pac-Man 630. I'm signing out, and you have been listening to the Bussification of Life. And guess what? This is the end of the show and the end of the hot poopy ass Olympics. So y'all have a great one. Bye. 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 Bye.